What's up guys, GIRLinGREASE here. Now today we have a very unique car that we're going to be doing a video on today. This is the Fisker Karma. Now this is a very rare car because it is an electric hybrid. Now in the front here we have a 2-liter turbocharged motor from GM, and then we also have two 120 kilowatt motors in the back, one on each of the tires. This specific vehicle was manufactured in 2011-2012. Now it was kind of the first of its kind coming into the electric world. Unfortunately, some unforeseen circumstances, Fisker went bankrupt. However, we had some really great news back in about 2016. It was purchased by a Chinese company. They decided that they wanted to kind of keep the same kind of Fisker feel, so they kept the name. It's now called Karma Automotive. Henrik Fisker was able to keep the trademarks, he was able to keep the brand, but now they have taken this car and have just branded it under Karma Automotive. Another cool thing is that this vehicle, because it's electric, you have your power instantly. It is a 1-speed transmission. It can go to 0 to 60 or miles an hour, or 0 to 100 in 5.9 seconds. Now that's very impressive for an electric vehicle built in 2012. Now the battery in the Fisker is a 20.1 kilowatt lithium ion battery. Now that's a very high-tech battery that gets about 230 miles to the charge. This is the charging port for the electric motors. Now if we come around the other side here, you'll see another one. Now this is for the fuel. Now this wing is not a stock wing. The owner of this vehicle, he put this on here to give it a little bit more flair and a little bit more of a sporty look. He also had the rear window tinted so that if you look at the top here, it has a nice black kind of strip all the way from the front to the back. Now something I thought was actually incredibly unique. Now if you see down here, we have the exhaust behind the front tire for this motor. Now the reason why they decided to put the exhaust near the front of the vehicle is because if they put the exhaust at the back, it's too close to the batteries, and they didn't want to have any extra heat interfering with the batteries and thus causing issues. And obviously the batteries is a main part of this vehicle, so also a very expensive part. So that's why they decided to put the exhaust at the front. Now accompanying this beautiful shot, we have 22-inch wheels. Now there has been mixed reviews about having such an aggressive tire because it might cause for more of a bumpy ride. Now, from the owner's perspective, who owns this vehicle, said that is definitely not the case, and we'll find out later when we take this vehicle for a ride if it's true. Now, because this is a very high-tech luxury vehicle, you see here the door handle. Now, it's very unique because it's not a very standard kind of style of a door handle, but here you'll see that you can tuck your fingers underneath the handle here, and there's a little tiny button that it's like a popper, and it'll pop it open, and it just kind of goes ajar. Like, look at this gorgeous, gorgeous car. It has such personality, such flair, that there's nothing quite like this vehicle. Now, a quick little something to mention with the solar panels, what they've done is you can see how the top of the roof is slightly curved. Now, for those of you who don't know, you can't actually bend solar panels. So they did something pretty unique, which made it look like they were bent, but they're actually not. They're laid flat down, and they've increased the gel on the top of the roof to give it that kind of that sleek curve look. And never before has it been done like this. And it has a cool design too. All right, so here's the remote. We have a nice little emblem here that has the Fisker emblem to unlock. You've got your trunk and you've got your lock. Now, it's quite a big remote, but it's very sleek. So you've got your windows here, you've got your child lock safe, some cup holders, and then you have this little gorgeous diamond here. Now, as you can see, we've got all the different modes, gears for this vehicle, and we'll get that going here. It's not clustered of buttons, and there's no clutter. Everything is just beautifully designed and done that just make it so comfortable. And right here, you've got your trunk, you've got your gas, you've got your parking brake with that aluminum chromed out pieces in here, nicely smooth, absolutely gorgeous. And look at that. She boots up. Everything's going in. You got your display. Let's push agree. Absolutely beautiful display. Look at that. Gorgeous. Now, if you notice, it's in park right now. If we click neutral, see how the light here flashed? And if we hit park again, this strip here flashes when you put it into the certain modes. Now let's try and hit drive and see what happens. Now if you notice, the light now, the pattern was different. It started from here and ended here because this is the direction that you'll be driving. So let's try reverse. And now it switched. It went from the light starting here to the light here because that is the direction in which you will be going. And park just flashes to let you know that it has been engaged and it is in park. Like, the details on this thing, like, that's such a cool thing. Like, to me, what other vehicle can you think of that does something cool that is like a kind of like a Tron style vehicle? So I personally have never sat in such an amazingly structured car that is so different from anything else on the market. Now, it's very hit and miss onto people's preferences and what they like, but to me, you will not find a more unique and beautifully designed car from everything to the chrome, to the accents, to the colors, to how everything functions. And Henrik Fisker wanted to make that car special and to stand out. He also designed some of the Aston Martin vehicles, which gives it that super wide body look. The center console just goes from the front all the way to the back. That just gives it that one solid piece that just makes this such a comfortable, gorgeous feel. And you have like a different leather accents. You've got the wood accents in the middle. You've got your own heated seats in the rear. You've got your window latches there, cup holders. You've got your battery chargers up over here. Like, for an electric four-door vehicle, is very spacious in here, right? Look at this beautiful lining on the top. You've got your lights. And then let's swoop around here. You've got a big display touch. You've got your big glass accent. Now, everything in this vehicle has just been so thought out and done to what Henrik Fisker wanted. Like, you have chromed buttons that are sleek and just absolutely gorgeous that you can adjust the seat. But it also has this cool pattern that is just so different. And it kind of swoops in here, you can see, and kind of comes around to kind of make the two seats and the center console one kind of solid unit that kind of surrounds the whole center area. And then also you have the Fisker badge stamped right into the leather here, which really is in a lot of vehicles, but it is a very subtle look that unless you're actually looking at it, you can hardly see it. Now, the colors of this specific Fisker are gorgeous. It is a clean, brown, sleek look that gives it a much richer feel. Now we're gonna take a look at how much space is actually in the back seat. So we're gonna come in here, we're gonna pop the door open. Now that's a lot of space for a back seat. I was actually quite surprised that, let's just close this door here, that it has this like huggy feel that it feels like when you're sitting in the vehicle that you're almost in like a little bit of a race car, and the accents give it that amazing finish that makes you feel like you're in $1 million car. Oh, this feels like I'm in the future here, driving this vehicle. Quiet. I wasn't actually expecting it to be hardly any noise. Well, considering there's the 22-inch wheels, sometimes they can be a little bit loud. Like, I'm not used to driving something that doesn't make noise. You're like, okay, well, oh crap, I stalled. Like, it's dead, right? All right, let's do a brake test. 3, 2, 1. Holy crap. That is insane. I can see why that would scare the snot out of some people. You can just like stop on a dime. I just love like the top of the hood, how it kind of like curves up and over, but it just gives this such almost like that flared Viper look where you have like super high sides on the hood. It literally feels like you're driving a supercar in a hybrid. This is amazing. Like, this is my first kind of swooping here. This is my first time driving an electric hybrid, like luxury vehicle, and I want one, truly. Oh, I can see why these are like your date cars. They're sexy, they're amazing to drive, and I feel like $1 million right now just driving this super sexy. Like, but this car is making me look great right now. I think so. when you pin it, you're anticipating this noise that's just going to come erupting out of the vehicle, but then there is nothing, but you just go. Oh my gosh. All right, we're going to do a brake test. Oh my goodness. I wonder how many G's that you're actually pulling when you're braking. Like that, this is such massive brakes. Oh. All right, now let's go. Wow, what a day. That was so fun to just be able to venture into the world of electric cars, and just the thought that went into that car is very special. And I think Henrik Fisker really emanated what he wanted to in that car. And to me, it was really, really special to drive my very first kind of exotic hybrid car that there's maybe, 2,000, maybe less on the road right now. So if you guys liked this video, and I really hope you guys did, give it a like and a subscribe to see more videos, and we'll catch you next time.